Okay? If you guys you guys will all take a research class in the future. You know, and you will be taught this in the research class. But hopefully your teacher will teach you more than just APA style. This is an easy thing, but you should learn it in the research class. So if you learn it now, then you won't have to worry about it so much in the research class. So then we need a date. Let's see if we have a date for this guy. December 23rd, 2011. Okay, so we need the title, Spam Scam Watch. Okay, and then we need to tell in what it is, so it's a blog post. And we need the URL, so copy this. Alright. We'll go back and finish the format after we do the next one. So this one is an eHow article. So this is not a blog, this is just some kind of article, so I don't know, it's just kind of a web page. So if it's just a web page, let's see. I don't think it's just a web page, so there's not a special type of web document. So we just use this one, non-periodical web document, okay? So here's the information we need for this. So you can copy it, paste it. So we need the author's names to see who is the author. Oh, it doesn't even tell who the author is. It said by an eHow contributor. So we don't know who is the author. Let's see if the bottom does it tell. No, we don't have a name here. So when we don't have a name, then we just tell the company's name, which is eHow. Sometimes eHow will have an author. They will tell the author's name, but here it doesn't tell the author's name. So we don't have anything except for the company, eHow. And we need the date. But let's see, how did it ask us to format the date? The date need to be formatted like this, okay? Do we have a date anywhere? Okay, so I couldn't see a date anywhere. Could you? No? So in this situation, when you cannot find a date, you have to do this. No date. Okay, no date. Now we need the title of the document. The title is How to Pay a Hotel Bill in Japan. And you notice the title, you don't need the capital letters for everything, for the title of documents. Actually, for this one, we don't need either. We only capitalize books or titles of things. So this, we don't capitalize. Okay, so we need the title of the document, How to Pay a Hotel Bill in Japan. We capitalize Japan because it's a country, and then we need the address. This is a YouTube video. So then we look and see if we can find anything that is related to videos. They don't have anything about a YouTube video, but the closest thing we can find is a video podcast. So we use this because it's the closest thing we can find. So we can copy it, paste it here. Alright, so we need to see if we can find the person's name. So we only have the person's username, so we can copy it. And because they're the one that made it, they will be the producer. They're the producer of the podcast, or they're the author. So we need a date. Where's the date? Usually we can see some information about the date. Oh, here it is. 2010 and September 10. Okay. Alright. It's not a podcast actually, this is a video. So maybe we can just change it instead of video, instead of podcast. Because I don't know if it's really, I don't think it's really a podcast, it's just a video. You might want to leave it as podcast, or if you want to change this, I think it's okay. You can change to YouTube video or just video. But if you left it as podcast, I won't care. Because there's not a special one, but we need the URL, we need to copy that and put it here. It says we have an episode number 4 of 4, so maybe we can put the 4. Because see, it's a 4 of 4, so we know there's 4 there. Checking out from a hotel conversation, ESL lesson. Conversation, yeah. We don't know, he doesn't have a title for this podcast. It's just like, he doesn't have any special title, so we can just delete this because there's no title for his podcast. So we have everything here. So now let's make sure everything is in Times New Roman. Everything's 12. Everything needs to be black. Nothing needs to be underlined. Now we need to do the hanging indent here. Alright, so now there's a problem though because it needs to be, where's our paragraph stuff? Here. Everything needs to be double spaced. Alright. Now our reference list is completed. Now we have 4 sources. So your 4 sources should be talked about within the last section of your paper, in the what I learned after. Now there are actually 3 different ways that you can talk about what those people said. Okay? One way is to say something very directly. Take a direct quotation from what they said. So when you take a direct quotation, let's look at this as an example, a direct quotation. A direct quotation is word for word. So, for example, if you wanted to copy If you wanted to, you think this is an important part and you want to say this whole thing in your paper, you want to copy it word for word, you have to do it like this. You have to use the person's last name, Elliot. So you might would have said like, for example, you're writing about what you learned and then you want to make a point. You want to quote that person. So you would say, that's their last name, okay, Elliot. So you want to also put the date, and it's 2005. Okay, so you want to put the date so the person reading your paper can go down there and look. And then you want to use a reporting verb. Said, stated. You need to choose a word, right? Said, stated, reported, claimed. You know, it's a word. You know, you just need to use a word to show that this person said these words, okay? You choose one. Not all of it. You choose one. And then you say, you use quotation mark. So for example, then you could write something about this. Remember, it always needs to be in Times New Roman and always need to be in 12. All right? And then you could say something about this quote. This shows it's word for word, their words. Another way is you can write this a different way. You can put it in your own words. Use your own words, right? You can say, for example, you can say something like this. So you see here, hold on. Okay. So here, what I did is I wrote the same thing, but I put it in my own words. I put it in my own words, but I used this source. It didn't come from my own brain. It came from the paper I read. I put it in my own words, so I have to show that I got the information from somebody else. So at the end of the sentence, I cite it to show, oh, it comes from Elliot, 2005. This sentence here that I wrote means the same thing as the thing that I quoted directly. But what did I do? I put it in my own words. But I still need to show. Okay? That's another way that you can do. So there are two different styles for doing this. Or you could put it in your own words, but still quote Elliot from the beginning. You could say, see, it's very similar, except I told directly here that Elliot was the one that stated this, and then I have it in my own words, so I don't have to use quotation marks. All right? So those are what you should have done. You should have quoted directly from quoted something or cited those three articles, and then give the thing, tell about, oh, I learned this from these three sources that I read. And then there's one last thing I forgot to tell you, is that you have your reference list. After you finish it, it has to be in alphabetical order, ABC order. So this one is A, so you would have to move it first. And then E, we have two E's, so when we have two E's, we have to look at the second letter. So this is L, this is H, so this goes second. And And then this is the last one. All right? It had to be in alphabetical order. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you time in class. We have time right now still, a little bit of time. So what I want you to do is, actually we have a lot of time. What I want you to do now is I want you to take your paper that's due today, and now you can edit by yourself. Yeah, so I taught you, so if you can edit by yourself. And also, Janie said she will help to be assistant because I also taught her online and post a video. So she'll also help to go around. If you have questions, she can help answer, or you can come and ask me, and we can we can try to edit our paper to make it better, so I won't count off the points. Okay? All right. So let's work on it. Let's work on our paper together. So you can write it by pencil to fix it. You can use pencil to fix it. I want to also say that usually for APA style, you should only print one-sided. But I want to save the world, save the earth. So I want you to print double-sided. But if you printed one-sided, it's okay. But I want to save the world, so save a tree. So print, you know, the trees, and there are not so many trees left in Indonesia. They are disappearing. So let's just print double-sided, okay? All right. So if you have questions, you can ask me, or you can ask Janie to see if she can help you, or you can come up here and ask me questions. And for the rest of the time until our regular class starts, you can just edit your own paper, okay? All right, so let's work on that for the rest of the class. If you have specific questions you want to ask me, you can come and ask me, and I can teach you directly as well. No, it should be your own title. Yeah. Yeah, you can just mark it out. Oh, this is your old one, right? Yeah. So right now with your new one, you can maybe delete it or just mark it out and write something new. It's okay to fix it. I will do it later, okay? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's okay. But I just think you circle this or I circle? You circle. Yeah. Just so I can see that I just said if you want to make a section, 3 different sections, it's easier for me to see. But this is okay too. I can tell clearly. But some people didn't show me that. But this is okay, yeah. You don't put numbers, no. Yeah, but you put, this is right. This is space there. Yeah, but there's no space here, you see? Yeah, and you don't need a comma here. Yeah, you see there's still, I didn't mark every problem, you know? Do you understand? Yeah, there's still more, but I didn't mark everything. Yeah. It's okay, because maybe it's too long. Yeah, just let Microsoft Word do it automatically. Yeah, it will just do it automatically. It's just it needs to be hanging in there. Yeah, you see that. Yeah, if they don't tell you the date, if they only tell you whatever information they tell you, you put it. But if they don't tell you the information, you can't put it. Right? Yep. Thank you. Yep. No, I just teach you. I just tell you it's not right. You can ask Jenny. She will help you with everything. Right there. You can change it, like show me what you can correct your own error. Yeah, now.
And the title is
You have to make your own title. Yeah.